in a plane progressive wave or energy of a plane progressive wave. Of course, it is a sine wave. So energy of a plane progressive sine wave in the next article. Now, we are familiar with energy of a wave, and here, especially we are familiar with energy content in a SHM, simple harmonic motion. And the same we are using here, but with some different concepts. So energy of a wave motion and its distribution with place and time will be the first part of the lecture. Okay. So when wave has been started, the energy transferred along uh, one direction, that is direction of propagation of the wave, and at the head the waves are continually producing and propagating in the forward direction. If v is velocity of propagation, then in 1 second wave progresses a distance that is equal to v units. For example, in MKS unit, in 1 second it will travel a distance that is equal to v meters. Thus, energy transferred in a second, that is equal to simply energy of an element into number of elements in a length v. Since in 1 second the wave travels a distance that is equal to v meters, so energy transferred in a second or in unit time, that is equal to the energy of an element multiplied by number of elements in the length that has been traveled in 1 second, and that is equal to v, if v is velocity. Okay. Now, important to note here that there are two types of energies uh, that can occur in a progressive wave, and those are kinetic energy and potential energy. Uh, so we can say that the energy of a wave, total energy of a wave, is partly kinetic and partly potential. Okay, it depends. The kinetic energy, especially out of these two energies, kinetic energy depends upon velocity of the air or velocity of the medium. Okay, now velocity of the medium element or velocity of the particle in the medium. Okay, now when the velocity is maximum, kinetic energy is maximum, and when the velocity is zero, kinetic energy is zero. Now, if a particle is performing simple harmonic motion, when its velocity is maximum, when it is passing through the mean position, when it is passing through the mean position, its velocity is maximum. And of course, at mean position, it has a maximum amount of kinetic energy. On the other hand, on contrary, when the particle is one of the, as at one of the extreme position out of two, then its velocity is zero, and of course kinetic energy of the particle is zero. Now what about potential energy? Potential energy of a particle depends upon a displacement. Potential energy of a particle performing SHM depends upon its displacement from the mean position. Okay, when this displacement is zero, that is, when the particle is at mean position, the potential energy is zero. And when this displacement is maximum, that is, when particle is at extreme position, this displacement is also maximum. Now, if it is a wave train, then what happens? The potential energy totally depends upon pressure in different parts of the medium, and that is caused by compressions and rarefaction. This here, we are especially talking about a mechanical vibration or a longitudinal wave. The variations in kinetic energy and potential energy are in this way. We can summarize as kinetic energy is maximum at mean position, and potential energy is zero when the elements are passing from compression to rarefaction and vice versa. That means rarefaction to compression. At that situation, the mechanical strain is zero, and therefore the potential energy is zero. On the other hand, kinetic energy is maximum at this position called as mean position, and therefore the velocity is maximum and therefore kinetic energy is maximum. So the places where kinetic energy is maximum, potential energy is zero and vice versa. Okay, so this is about the concept of energy. Now how this energy is distributed. Uh, Energy distribution in a wave is not uniform. Now why it is not uniform? Because we have different points. At some points velocity and compression both are zero, and since velocity is zero, so there is no kinetic energy, and since compression is zero, there is no potential energy, so there is no transfer of energy in a medium, no energy transfer. Okay, on the other hand, there are some other points where velocity and compression both are at its maximum. Since velocity is maximum, so kinetic energy is maximum. Since the what you say compression is maximum, so potential energy is maximum at these instants. So energy distribution is not uniform. Somewhere energy is maximum, somewhere it is zero, and other points, at all other points it is a suitable combination of kinetic and potential energy. uh, Depends upon the position of the particle. Okay, now at always one point one has to remember is that there is no transfer of medium when the wave propagates through the medium, but there is a transfer of energy in the direction of propagation of the wave. So these are the particles of the medium which are responsible, which performs SHM and responsible for the transfer of the energy during the propagation of the wave. But these are the particles, they remains at their own position, they does not get transfer. That means transfer of medium does not exist, but it is the transfer of energy that exists in the direction of propagation of wave. So let us find the relation between energy, expression for potential energy, expression for kinetic energy, and the quantities upon which the kinetic energy, total potential energy, and total energy of the particle depends. For this, consider a longitudinal wave traveling in a tube of unit area of cross section. Okay, now since we are considering unit area of cross section, then what happens? The volume covered in 1 second, that will be equal to unit area of cross section, that means 1 multiplied by the distance traveled. If v is velocity, the distance traveled in 1 second is v. So it is simply 1 into v will be the volume. Okay, that is of course that is a volume that has been traveled in 1 second, traversed in 1 second when the wave propagates through. So that's why we have considered unit area of cross section. Now to determine, first of all we will determine the kinetic energy of the particle oscillating. Okay, and that is the kinetic energy of the particle oscillating layer per unit area in the plane. We know, we are familiar with the expression that is y equal to a sine 2 pi by lambda into vt minus x, and that is expression for displacement of a particle performing SHM. This particle is performing SHM because wave is propagating through the medium, and since wave is propagating through the medium, okay, for example, wave is propagating through the medium and traveling in the positive x direction, then particle is performing SHM in along the y direction, and at any instant displacement of the particle is equal to a sine 2 pi by lambda into vt minus x, where v is velocity of the wave in the positive x direction, and x is the distance traveled by the wave at the instant of time t when displacement y is measured. Now differentiating this equation 1, that is expression for displacement, differentiating this displacement with respect to t, we get velocity of the particle, and it is u that is equal to dy by dt. Now when we differentiate it, we have to the sign is differentiated as, after differentiation sine function becomes cos, and since we are differentiating with respect to t, the coefficient of t, that is 2 pi v upon lambda, 2 pi v upon lambda, so that comes here in the multiplication. Okay, in the multiplication, and another one a remains as it is. Okay, so 2 pi a v by lambda into cos 2 pi by lambda vt minus x. So this will be dy by dt, and this will be the velocity of the particle, okay, performing SHM. Now consider a layer of a medium as we have considered here, that it is of unit area, and suppose of thickness delta x, then volume of this layer that will be equal to area of cross section into thickness. Okay, and that will be equal to unit area, that is 1 into delta x. So delta x. If we consider rho as a density of the medium, okay, undistributed density of the medium, then what about mass of the layer? Since density is equal to mass upon volume, so mass equal to density into volume. So in this case, volume is delta x. So rho into delta x will be mass of the layer under consideration, and therefore kinetic energy of the layer. So consider this as an elementary layer, so therefore we consider element of a kinetic energy delta k, very small energy delta k, and that equal to half into mass into velocity square. So what is mass here? It is rho into delta x, and what is velocity? U dy by dx, so u square. So after putting the value of u, we find it is equal to half rho into delta x into 2 pi ab by lambda. So this whole square. So we have considered here, and this is cosine square of 2 pi by lambda vt minus x. Consider this as equation 3. Now this is the kinetic energy of a layer of unit cross section. Okay, and if we are considering a layer of cross section, but not of eliminatory thickness delta x, but it has some thickness that can be measured, and that is suppose length L. Then what will be, if we consider layer of whole length L, then kinetic energy of the whole length L and unit whole layer of length L and unit cross section area will be simply equal to integration of this quantity delta K. So we put all constant quantities except x. It is the changing unit. We put all quantities out of here. Integration. So half rho. Okay. So in this way 0 to L. So why 0 to L? Because now the limit, since the length is L, length of the whole layer is L. So we have limits of integration 0 to L, and this is here delta x change to dx, since we are taking integration. Okay, so now we cannot integrate this function directly, but we know we have the formula, trigonometric formula, that cos square of theta, it is equal to half in bracket 1 plus cos 2 theta. If we substitute here, we will find that 1 by 2 we take out of integration, so here it will be 1 by 4 rho, so this quantity as it is, and here it is 1 plus cos 2 theta, that means 2 into 2 pi, so 4 pi by lambda vt minus x dx. Okay, so here whole dx. Now let us divide this integration, 1 into dx, 0 to L dx, and then 0 to L this cosine function. Okay, now this cosine function is a periodic function, and if we solve this integral, the integral reduces to 0. And what about integration of dx? That is x within limit 0 to L. So it is L minus 0, that is simply equal to L. So in this way, kinetic energy is 1 by 4 into rho in bracket 2 pi ab by lambda whole bracket square into L. Consider this as equation 4. So in this way, we have calculated average kinetic energy per unit area per unit length. That means per unit volume of the layer, and it is equal to 1 by 4 rho in bracket 2 pi ab by lambda whole square. So consider this as equation 5. So this is one part we have completed here, and let us determine the potential energy. Potential energy is simply equal to work done per unit volume multiplied by what you say, volume of the layer. Okay. Now consider a layer of unit cross section and thickness delta x, as we have considered while calculating delta k, that is eliminatory kinetic energy of a layer, small layer. So here also we have delta p, where p stands for potential energy, and that will be equal to work done during compression per unit volume into volume of the layer, and that is simply equal to half and work done equal to stress, work done equal to half into stress into strain. This is the formula for elasticity, because the medium through which the wave is propagating, it is elastic. So therefore, it is the work done per unit volume, that will be equal to half into stress into strain multiplied by volume of the layer. Okay. But what is stress? It is modulus of elasticity into strain. So if E, capital E is elasticity of the medium or modulus of elasticity, then it will be equal to capital E into strain, that is dy by dx, as we have calculated in the previous period. Okay, so half into E into dy by dx, so the stress, so dy by dx strain, and volume of the layer, that is equal to delta x. Okay, so if we arrange these terms suitably, then we have half E into delta x into dy by dx whole square. Okay, now what about velocity? If medium is elastic with density rho, then velocity is equal to modulus of square root of modulus of elasticity upon rho. So if you take square, it is v square equal to E by rho. And in that case, we can find E in terms of V and rho as E equal to V square into rho. Okay, we put here the value of E, and that is the equation is half rho into V square into delta x, delta x dy by dx whole square. Now, after solving this, uh, what is it? Simply we have to put the value of dy by dx. Okay, we have to differentiate y with respect to x, and we will find that it is simply equal to y with respect to x. That means this x we have to consider negative sign here, and differentiation of sign is cos here. So 2 pi by lambda vt, and the coefficient of x is minus 2 pi a by lambda. So minus sign is here and 2 pi by lambda is here. So minus 2 pi a by lambda cos 2 pi by lambda Vt minus x. Okay. So by putting this value of dP there, we find half rho v square delta x into, okay, this quantity we have put dy by dx, so whole square. Okay. So here it is. Now after rearranging the term, so that means we have to take this 2 pi ab by lambda as here 2 pi av by lambda, and this rho dx. So by rearranging this term, we get equation 6. Important to note that here the equation is, so since it is square, so negative sign reduces to plus sign. Okay, changes to plus sign. So that is not the confusion about the negative sign. Now this equation is one and same as we have seen equation 3 for kinetic energy, that is delta K. Okay, so that means potential energy and kinetic energy of the element is one and same. Let us see what about the total potential energy. Okay, now proceeding in the same manner, doing integration in the same manner within the limits 0 to L for the layer of length L, we find that potential energy is equal to 1 by 4 rho this 2 pi AV upon lambda whole square. The result is one and same as we have obtained for the expression of kinetic energy. So in this way, we find that average kinetic energy per unit time, per unit area of cross section is one and same as average potential energy per unit area per unit time, and both are equal. And let us see what is what is their relation with the total energy. What is total energy? Total energy will be equal to kinetic energy. Average total energy will be equal to average kinetic energy plus average potential energy. And by putting the same quantities, we find this. Okay, so two identical quantities are there. So 1 by 4 rho this bracket square, 1 by 4 rho this bracket square. So 1 by 4 plus 1 by 4 common, that is 2 by 4, that is equal to 1 by 2 into this common quantity. So 1 by 2 into this. That means we will find that kinetic energy, average kinetic energy and average potential energy, these are half the total energy. So here it is. The result, important result, we find that average kinetic energy and average potential energy are one and same. That is 1 by 4 rho in the bracket 2 pi AB by lambda whole square, and these are half the average total energy, which is equal to, of course, 1 by 2 rho in bracket 2 pi AB by lambda whole square. Now, let us define one important quantity here, that suppose now we have a relation between velocity of a wave, wavelength of a wave, and frequency in cycles per second. So these three quantities are related by the equation that frequency is equal to velocity divided by wavelength, n equal to v by lambda. Now, if we substitute v by lambda by n in the previous equation, we find that, so this equation, so v by lambda is substituted by, okay, so v by lambda whole square, that means n square, so 2 pi a into n square, so this relation we obtain, and if we solve it, it is simply half rho into 4 pi square a square, so this again solve, so 2 rho pi square a square n square. So this is the important equation of average energy, and of course in terms of what you say frequency of the vibrations of the particle in terms of cycles per second, or in terms in the unit of cycles per second, or in the unit of hertz. And now, since we have considered unit area of cross section, equation 9 gives the total energy in unit length of the wave, and therefore it is a energy density. So this is the important question. We have considered initially a unit area of cross section, and therefore since we have considered unit area of cross section, then this energy of unit area of cross section will be simply equal to energy per unit area, and that is the energy density. Okay, now since the distance advanced in 1 second, so in unit area, and again we are considering the okay, so energy density, okay, and since distance advanced in 1 second is v, where v is velocity of the wave, if v is velocity, then distance traveled in 1 second is v, and therefore rate of flow of energy per unit cross section per unit time, that what we call it as energy current, and that will be equal to E multiplied by V. Okay, where what is E? E is the energy density 2 rho pi square a square n square multiplied by V. V is what distance traveled in 1 second, which is of course velocity. Okay, now this important formula we have obtained here, C equal to 2 rho V pi square a square n square. Okay, and this is called as what you say energy current. This is called as energy current, and important thing is that this energy current is totally independent of the two quantities x and t, where potential energy, one form of energy that depends upon x, and what is a kinetic energy that depends upon dy by dt, velocity. Okay, but dy by dt and x, these are totally absent in this equation. Okay, so the energy current is independent of the two quantities dy by dt and x, but it depends upon the quantities. It is directly proportional to density rho, it is directly proportional to velocity of the wave, it is directly proportional to square of the amplitude of the vibration of the particle, and it is directly proportional to the frequency in cycles per second, square of the frequency of the vibration of the particle. So in this way, energy current is a very important quantity, okay, which is independent of dy by dt and x, on which the kinetic energy and potential energy depends. So it is always constant, and it is equal to this. Okay, so in this way, a very important article we have finished, and the session is open for questions and discussions.